Well, let me put my props back on. Looks like I've discovered something that is very important in what you would call science and knowledge. We've been turning the bird's egg. We have mechanical devices that turn the bird's egg during incubation to ensure that it has this requirement so that it develops. We know it does not develop if it's not turned. Yet it appears that this is a rule for the cells of our body too. So it makes you have to hit yourself in the head and say, boy, I've been turning the bird's egg, but I haven't been doing it for myself. People in the past have noticed this. We see rocking chairs and cradles. That's evidence of it. But they didn't have motors. And the idea really didn't pay off much because people would fall asleep in the rocking chair. But it looks like if we facilitated movement in older people as much as a child does on his own, the older person would also avoid osteoporosis. It mainly sets in the older person, the astronauts, and the infant due to a lack of turning in the Earth's magnetic field. I'm getting kicked off of news groups, science forums. I'm excommunicated by academia. It makes everyone look ignorant. And it appears that those with degrees are offended by it, whereas most people should find it to be very beneficial. It should alleviate osteoporosis, which should drastically increase life expectancy. I think perhaps double it, actually. And if we've got another 70 years of studying, I think there's a good chance that someone would come up with something to increase life expectancy even further. One of our biggest problems now is that by the time you get a little smart, it's time to die. So, I built a device here. This is called a shifter. It would be called a mitochondrial stimulator. What I did was put magnets, long bar, about 6 foot long, lays next to me while I'm sleeping. It has long bar magnets connected to a motor with a timer, and then hooked to a battery, and it turns about every 10 minutes. With a compass needle, you can see that the magnetic field next to this device is moving, so that when I sit next to it and lay next to it, it's moving the magnetic field around me, because I don't move like I used to. This is very important. And I'm having a hard time getting people to actually confirm it. It's very politically incorrect. Kind of like Galileo. So I'm actually being pushed aside at the newspapers and television news and things like that. I believe they're kind of aware of it, but they're actually purposely, for some reason, not bringing it to people's attention. Which means when I go to a doctor and he does not know this, I'm not getting adequate health care, and neither is anyone else. It becomes obvious that crib death is caused from not moving the children enough, which is a traditional way of raising children, carrying them, keeping them moving. We're getting away from that. I ask that you take some time to study. And I think it would benefit you greatly. All of us. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.